it can't just go like that. It has to go through a series of steps to get there. We will work out together over the next few months the best strategy for you to begin with to become a successful entrepreneur, a long-term goal of where you can take your entrepreneurial career, meaning you might start slow. One of the biggest, wealthiest landowners, real estate barons in the United States, started out owning a little restaurant. A man who died just yesterday was the largest and the biggest conglomerate owner in the media. He owned NBC, he owned cable companies, and he started out with a teeny tiny manufacturing company that made men's pants. So the point is, I will not allow you ever again to limit your sense of what is possible over your lifetime as an entrepreneur. I will also teach you how to think very strategically, meaning long term, but I will teach you how to think very progressively, meaning many people think there's no way I can be a millionaire, there's no way I can have a big successful business, so they give up. There are absolutely safe, absolutely success-proven ways to start with one strategy or one business or one activity and either multiply it or use it to grow and gain lots of other ones. You will learn how to accurately and effectively determine what I call the optimal, the best, the maximum profit destiny path for you, which means each person is unique and different. You will see that you have all these options, and we will evaluate together the benefits, the advantages, the disadvantages, the ease or the complexities, so that together we will build you your own unique entrepreneurial business success plan. The plan will not be abstract. By the time you complete this program, you'll know exactly what you're going to do first, second, third, how you're going to do it, where you're going to do it, exactly the steps you're going to use to do it, and if you have any difficulties, how to overcome them. And then you will also build a long-term life strategy that shows you how to take whatever successes you start with and not be satisfied there, but keep taking them higher and higher and higher. And we will use as examples real-life people that I have known. I'm going to teach you how to become a masterful marketer, because marketing is the key to really getting people to want to do business with you and not your competitor, getting people to see the value you create. We will teach you how to be a masterful strategist, which means you'll be able to see how to take fullest advantage of opportunities in markets, of gaps, in ways none of the other people do it. We will teach you how to be a very effective negotiator, because negotiating is how you gain control of situations. We will teach you how to communicate your value in such a powerful way that other companies, other organizations, other key influencers, the media will all want to do business with you without you having to come up with any capital. We'll teach you to add profit centers to other businesses. We will teach you how to find the exact business today that will get you started and get you financially stable. Then we will teach you how to use that business to springboard you to far greater financial success and security. Then we will teach you how to grow your business by developing talent. We will teach you by modeling, by applying the same methods, the same techniques, the same strategic game plans that many of the thousands of other successful entrepreneurs I have counseled or been counseled by use to grow their success. So for today and for this segment, the most important lesson I need to teach you is that you have within you greatness. It's a greatness that has always existed, but probably never been allowed to develop. There are many reasons why. The first reason is probably that no one in your life, be it parents, employer, professors at school, teachers, ministers, or priests, no one ever knew how to show you what greatness should look like. And by that I mean there's two ways greatness should be seen. One is how differently you think in your mind, how differently you conduct yourself to others, how differently you look at situations. The other is how more powerfully you communicate and you connect in all of your activities or dealings. By the way, you have the ability immediately to achieve greatness in many elements of your life. First, you can start building your greatness and multiplying it as an entrepreneur. But perhaps before that, you want to develop your greatness as a human being so you can have greater character, greater passion, greater compassion, greater appreciation of others and of yourself. You might want to grow your greatness as a husband, wife if you're married, fiance if you're engaged, boyfriend, girlfriend if you've got a boyfriend or girlfriend, or just friend. You have to grow your greatness as a value contributor because that is going to define your ultimate success by seeing life in a different way than anyone else. Most people, when they try to plug into their greatness, fail because they don't understand two things. One, where they are right now on the scale. If this is greatness as an entrepreneur and you're here, you can't be depressed. You have to be excited because you have all this more growth to achieve. And with each level of growth, you have an exponential level of reward and success. But you have to figure out where you are in every category. If it's entrepreneurial greatness you're after, if you're here and you have to go here, you can't do it in one step. You'll fail. It's like saying I want to be a pole vaulter, and the first time I do it, I want to pole vault 25 feet. You have to figure out a safe series of progressions so that every day you're getting closer and closer, but you are growing every day. So in order to do that, you have to first learn the steps that need to be taken to take you from wherever you are right now to wherever you want to be. And it's not pole vaulting, it's not catapulting, it's simple, safe steps that are higher in their success probability than they are in their failures. So everything I do for you, everything we talk about is going to be based on me putting greater advantage and greater success probability on you and on your side of doing things and less failure, so that you are motivated to have wins, successes, positive experiences that fuel and drive you to very, very excited and enthusiastic going forward. So First thing is we got to plug into your greatness. Second thing, we have to figure out what you need to do to change how you look at life and how you communicate and how people see you. Next, we've got to figure out where the gap is and then the pathways to get to that gap. And then you have to build a plan to progress on that pathway. And then you have to start and commit to doing it in a systematic, a disciplined, a regular basis. Now, a word of warning, and it's not a negative, it's a joyous problem you will have to accept. If any of you can remember back when you were a little child, which you probably can't, your parents had to teach you to walk. They had to teach you to talk. They had to teach you to eat. They had to teach you to use the bathroom. You got taught how to ride a bicycle. When you first started, you were not very good. Your first step, you probably fell over. Your first time trying to eat, you probably put the spoon of oatmeal or rice in your eye. The first time you tried to talk, it might have sounded... The first time you tried to go to the bathroom probably was very unsuccessful. Well, the first time you will try to apply or implement or execute any and all of the things I teach you, you probably won't be great at it. Doesn't mean it won't allow you to reach your greatness. It means that you probably will have to accept that we have to build your comfort, your skill, and your proficiency. That's not a problem, because I have engineered into all the exercises and all the instruction that I give you safe, easy ways to build your ability, to develop your skill, and to achieve success while first accepting some less than successful starting points. Next point, we're going to teach you to tap into your greatness. Got to figure out where you are. Got to figure out where on the continuum you need to be, the strategy to get there. We have to give you the motivation and the confidence to feel great about starting and continuing down that success path to greatness. Then when you start and it doesn't necessarily work perfectly, you have to know that I will always be here to support you, to encourage you, to redirect you, and to believe in you until you get to a successful outcome. When you get there, the key is to have people constantly believe in you. So as one of the last parts of this program, we're going to teach you how to create for yourself a mastermind alliance, a group of other business owners, other passionate entrepreneurs, other professionals, other people who will believe in you and who will meet with you regularly to guide you, to encourage you, to give you their perspectives, to make your journey more successful, more satisfying, and faster, safer, and more rewarding. There's a lot more I can say, but I don't want to overwhelm you. In the next modules, we will start getting into more concrete and specific areas and elements. But the most important conclusion today is you can absolutely, positively, and unequivocally become a successful entrepreneur. You have every right, you have the ability, You have someone here who has helped more people do it worldwide, and you have me committed to you. I will not allow you to limit or restrict or constrain your deservedness to have a wonderful life. I will not allow you to ever feel helpless or hopeless or purposeless again. And I will not allow you to achieve less than your ability, your mental capacity, and your natural greatness desires and deserves. Lastly, I ask only two things from you. Trust me in my intention and commit yourself to me, because I will never let you down. I will never ask you to do something that I think you are incapable of. I will liberate, I will emancipate from within you talents, abilities, creativity, and opportunities you never dreamed possible. And all you have to do is trust me. And together, over the course of this program, you will be transformed into an entrepreneur. And that transformation will redefine, will reinvigorate, will redirect the entire and the wonderful future of your life. It's an absolute certainty as long as you do your part. I can't do it for you. Success is really a function of whether you execute, whether you implement, whether you believe. But you can believe one thing. I will never tell you anything that hasn't been done, isn't achievable, isn't true. I will never give you strategies that won't work. I will never ask you to do more than you're capable of, but I will ask you to do more than you've allowed yourself to do, because you are capable of so much more for yourself and for others. And I'll be very proud to call you an entrepreneur at the conclusion of this program. Thank you. Hello, welcome again. Our first module was designed to get your mind in gear, to stretch your sense of possibility, to get you authentically and genuinely excited, because it's very exciting where we're going to take you over the next modules. So today we're going to start getting a little deeper, but I believe the first priorities are always to get you very solidly grounded. So today we're going to talk about drivers of performance, because no matter what kind of a business you decide to go into or pursue or acquire or partner with, you're going to have to know how to maximize performance. Now, why are you going to have to know that? Because your advantage in business, it results from your ability to gain higher and better outcome, performance, results from time, from effort, from access, meaning ads or calling on somebody one-on-one or being at a trade show. And you can't get higher results or performance if you don't first understand some of the principles that drive everything. Now, I believe in the last module, and I may not have done this, but I think so, I explained to you that 2% of what happens to people in business are what we would call acts of God. It just means things you can't control. 2%. 98% are the result of actions you take or don't take, of decisions you make or don't make, and of factors and forces and principles and elements that either you understand and control or that you allow to control you. My goal by the end of the last module is to see everybody that is taking this, starting some kind of an enterprise, full-time, part-time, having the highest level of success possible, and being able to multiply that long-term towards something rather wonderful and rewarding for them. Cannot happen if you don't understand. It's like building a building. If you don't understand the laws of construction, architecture, support beams, you can't build anything that will be strong, tall, enduring. Same thing with any business. So let's look at drivers. And by drivers, I refer to power principles that drive up performance, that are critical to maximizing performance. There are a lot of drivers. I'm going to start with one category and then we're going to move to another. So the first set of drivers are what I call the macro drivers. These are the key elements that give you, in whatever business you want to pursue, the maximum advantage for the minimum effort. These are the ones that even if you don't absolutely understand them masterfully, but you utilize them, they will increase your results. The first one is strategy. Most people in business, in your part of the world, are very tactical. They just do things for the moment. They don't have a master game plan that is driving or fueling or directing everything they do. If you start with the end in mind, and the end doesn't mean when you die, it means when you get your business built to the success level you want. And remember, you can have a part-time business to start with. You can have a small business you're going to grow. You can have a business you're going to use as an acquisition vehicle and end up acquiring or opening 25 more, but you start somewhere. But you know where you're headed, and everything you do, every action you take, every decision you make, every activity you put energy, time, or money in is designed to strategically advance and enhance this outcome. Now, why is that important? Well, first of all, because nobody you compete against is strategic. So you will be far and away, way above everyone else in how you think. Secondly, most people just do a bunch of random things occasionally, and they don't really come together towards this bigger outcome. If you have a business model, meaning the whole concept of how your business operates, that is being driven, fueled, and propelled by a great strategy, and that everything you do, your marketing, your promotion, your website, your salespeople are congruent and consistent with this master strategy, everything you do is going to produce a much greater initial and a mammoth greater ongoing effect. Let me try to explain. First of all, most people don't have good business models. What does that mean? It means that they're just trying to sell something. A good business model is a very well thought out strategy. For example, if your strategic business model was that we want to do the easiest offering to our market that will get them to start a relationship with us, because we know that the sooner we start a relationship, the sooner we will get our first sale. And the sooner we get our first sale, the sooner we will get our second sale and our third sale, so that we want to make it easier to start a relationship with us than not. And your strategy was to go into various types of markets and marketing, whether it's knocking on doors, whether it's running ads, whether it's search engine, whether it's trade shows, and make offers that are irresistibly easy to accept so that you can build a relationship and move people to the sell and the resell. You have a great advantage over people that are just trying to sell. If your business model is to get people started easily and non-threateningly, move them to the first sale, add, if you have multiple products, more products to that first sale, add, if you have a product that is highly reconsumptive, meaning they buy it, they use it, they buy it again, ongoing structure that helps the buyer, the client, keep buying over and over again, add more products or services so that they buy longer periods and they buy more things and you make more profit. All of a sudden you are thinking at a heightened level of strategic discipline than your competitor. And I've done a lot of work on strategy, and we are going to include in the workbook some clarified and deeper discussion. But I wanted to start because there are all these drivers, these, we call them leverage points or impact points, that if you understand them, they power up, they catapult up not just the performance, and that's very important, not just the result, that's very important, not just the profit, that's very important, but your probability of being successful. I've created in my life a multitude of different sets of principles, sets of marketing laws, sets of high performance distinctions. But one of the ones I created 20 years ago was very simple, very self-evident, but very infrequently practiced. It was the following: make success a higher probability in everything you do than failure. Now, that seems so obvious, but people make failure a higher probability in everything they do than success because they don't know how to think strategically and they don't know how to think critically. By the time we are done, you will know how to do both in a masterful way. I'm not going to get into all the strategy here, but we will give you in the workbook great lessons on strategy, examples, and powerful ways for you to adapt or adopt different strategies to whatever it is you do. But the point is, if you are not strategic, the moment you become strategic, everything you do starts rising in its success, its performance, its results, its profit. If you are strategic, every time you make your strategy better, it's not like that, it's like that. So the first driver that I tell everyone they have to make sure they are clear on is knowing first what their strategy is. Second, making sure they are always being strategic. And that means they never do anything that doesn't advance, enhance, and multiply this big long-term goal or game they are playing called business. So if you're not strategic, first thing is you have to become strategic. If you are strategic, the next thing you have to constantly do is improve your strategy and keep making it perform higher and harder for you. There is a belief that I have that I want very much for you to possess. Either you work very hard for your business, which is what most people do, or you create purposely, you engineer intentionally, you mastermind thoroughly a business model strategy that works harder and harder for you. It's totally possible. But you can't just wish it. You have to understand these forces, these factors, these decisions, these actions that you need to take or control. So change your strategy or become strategic, and you will positively change your results. In the workbook, there will be example, an example, an example. Next is change your marketing, and you will change your results. This gets into a really vast area of possibility. Let me explain. Most companies, whether you're a little service company doing it part-time, whether you're a large company and you grow or buy it, they are terrible marketers. They're terrible marketers for a number of reasons. Reason one is they don't understand the purpose of marketing. Reason two, if they understand the purpose of marketing, they don't understand how to engineer and how to communicate their marketing message in a powerful way that causes the prospective buyer to be positively impacted and want badly to start a relationship. Number three, if they understand that, they don't understand how to move that buyer to take action. Number four, if they understand how to get them to take action, they don't understand how to keep them taking action. Number five, most people don't understand the laws of marketing. So let me give you a little bit about marketing. Again, we're talking about high performance drivers. Strategy first, marketing second. So let's get into this a little bit. And in the workbook, you're going to see the 3-way to grow a business model. You're going to see the Power Parthenon model. You're going to see some of the very different ways that you can apply each of the 3 ways to grow a business. And you're going to see the advanced 3 ways to grow a business. But I am going to right now share with you a little bit about that. So most people come to me and say, oh, Jay, there must be 1 trillion ways to grow a business. And my response is always, actually, there are 1 trillion tactics that are available and can be compartmentalized into 3 basic activities. There's only 3 ways to grow any business. One is you figure out how to find and convert more prospects to buyers. Number 2, you figure out when you